Before I begin this video, I just want to reiterate that I'm an anime-only viewer of Demon Slayer. I have not read the manga and don't plan on reading the manga because, let's be honest, the anime is on a different level to anything that came before it. Demon Slayer has set an animation standard that no one can compete with. Now, with that out of the way, I want to talk about the demons in Demon Slayer. If you have never watched Demon Slayer, you would automatically assume that the demons are the main villains of the series, which of course is correct, as we do have Muzan, who is the original demon, as the main villain of the story. But as for the demons in the show being complete villains, I don't think it's as straightforward as you think it is. Because what the story does beautifully is that it shows the backstory of the demons as humans, and we see them for how they were as people. The one that really got me was the Upper Moon 6 brother-sister duo of Gyataro and Daki. At the beginning of the arc, when you see Daki posing as a human geisha, pretending to be all nice in front of everyone, and then behind the scenes be the biggest bully, hurting little kids and being cruel to the people around her, and even kidnapping all the top geishas in the district, you see these horrible acts she's doing, and you just can't wait for her head to get sliced off because she's being so cruel and evil. And then Gyataro appears, and straight off the bat, he starts insulting Tengen without any provocation from Tengen himself. And you're thinking, bro, what's your problem? You just met the guy. How are you making assumptions that he had it easy in life? And then in episode 10, before the epic finale of both Daki and Gyataro getting killed, we have those minutes at the beginning of the episode where Gyataro was just tormenting Tanjiro, provoking him into trying to slice his head off, calling him pathetic, and just taking the piss out of Tanjiro like you would never believe. The series makes you hate the demons effectively enough so that when they do die, you don't feel bad that they're dead. I think the only exception to that rule would be Akaza, as he didn't come off as an asshole, but more like a friendly rival to Rengoku if anything, as he was trying to recruit Rengoku rather than kill him in the Demon Slayer movie. And it was Tanjiro who was insulting him by the end of the movie, not the other way around. But as both Daki and Gyataro were dying, we saw the backstory, and mate, if they showed this backstory at the beginning of the arc when we first meet these two characters, then I won't lie, I wouldn't want these characters to die, or at least I'll feel horrible after they did die, knowing their tragic backstory. And boy, their backstory is tragic, especially from Gyataro's end, as he was the one getting beaten up by everyone, not getting fed by his own mom, and was known as the waste of space in his village. His sister had a better reputation because of her looks, but because she stuck up for her brother, she and Gyataro were left to die as kids. Now, this is the abbreviated version of their backstory, and believe me, if you haven't watched it, it's a lot worse than what I'm describing, so much so, you wouldn't want death on these characters because of how tragic their backstory is. Rui from season 1 was a child with a weak body. Muzan came out of nowhere and fixed his body by turning him into a demon. Rui then killed someone as a demon, which horrified his parents as they knew what was happening. His dad then tried to kill him with a knife, with then the intention of both of the parents to then kill themselves from the sin of killing their son. Now, without truly realizing the intentions of the act that his parents were trying to do, Rui just assumed that his parents didn't love him anymore. That's why he was trying to fill the void of his parents by recruiting people into his fabricated family and gave them roles as mom, dad, sister and brother. But then right at the last second, as he's about to die, he realized that his parents were going to commit suicide straight after they killed him and wanted to reunite with him in the afterlife. But tragically, he was causing so much destruction and grief, even amongst his own demons, because he felt so betrayed by his mom and dad. Demon Slayer as a story showcases the positive impacts of training and hard work through Tanjiro, as he suffered through harsh training schedules for both seasons, which has now led to him fighting against the Upper Moon demons. But what the series also doesn't hide is that Tanjiro himself has also had a harsh, brutal life. He's been the sole provider for his family ever since his dad died. He had to come to terms with the tragic death of his family, and finally, he has to fight against the odds to prevent his sister Nezuko to fully being lost in a demonic body and try and find a way to turn her back into a human being. He has to give himself that hope that he can turn Nezuko back. The difference between the demons and Tanjiro is that rather than work hard and take life on with whatever bullshit it gives their way, they decided to take the easy way out and make the deal into becoming demons. Whereas Tanjiro could have also become a demon, as Gyataro himself offered Tanjiro into becoming one. If he became a demon, he could live forever with his sister, just like how Gyataro and Daki are doing. But he didn't. He instead took the battle to Gyataro, and along with the help of Tengen, was able to defeat Gyataro. This series values good morals, good work ethic, having good manners, and just being a good person overall. That's why Tanjiro is such an amazing character, because that's what he is. He's a good lad. He is such a good person that he can't even lie. That's what I think is the aim of this series. Every big shonen series has a theme that it wants to teach its audience. One Piece, living life without regrets. Shaman King, not losing yourself to anger. Dragon Ball, always training to get stronger, and so forth. Well, with Demon Slayer's theme is to be the best person and best version of yourself. That's why Nezuko is a demon who saves people, because the show wants to demonstrate even if you have major faults, you can still be a good person despite what anyone says. The demons of this series have shown to us that even if you have the most messed up life with nothing going your way, it doesn't give you the right to take it out on others, as we see it with Gyataro immediately hating Tengen without knowing anything about him. Because you can either work hard like Tanjiro and overcome your struggles, or you can be like Gyataro, take the easy way out and hurt others because others have hurt you. And look which one of them is still alive by the end of season 2. The series almost punishes the demons because of their bad choices of selling their humanity to Muzan, which is why they are the ones being hunted and killed. I love the demons in this series. They make you hate them and feel sorry for them at the same time. They're like those people who had infinite potential as kids, but then make bad choices in life and end up not fulfilling their true potential as adults. Demon Slayer may be a series of good versus evil, but there's deeper lessons within this series that I think need discussing and will be discussed in future videos, so subscribe to the Shaman Tribe.